Hey, good morning, everyone. It is 7 a.m. Dun, dun. Hey, all right, all right. Good morning, good morning. Hope everyone's having a wonderful morning out there. It is Friday. It is February. It is the 19th, 2021. We got more snow here in New York City and Jersey and East Coast. Um, a lot more, actually. I was pretty surprised. So we're still getting hit over here. I know my my news feeds on different platforms keep telling me about the terrible things that are happening in Texas with their heating systems and their those wind turbines that are frozen solid, which I guess they didn't take that into account. um, but so my prayers go out to those in Texas. And where else? Have some friends down in Tennessee, which is snowing a lot there as well. And yeah, so it's been a really active winter, actually, which is kind of the winters that I remember when I was a kid. It's just constant, just piles and piles of snow. I remember just walking down the street and piles on both sides and we had to walk in the street because the sidewalks back then they weren't really into, especially in the Bronx, they weren't into regulations too much of having to shovel snow in front of an abandoned building or something. And So it was kind of weird to be part of that. But I remember it, and this is kind of like what it was like. And my kids are really enjoying it. They're enjoying the snow, and so that should be a good memory for them to have. So today I wanted to jump into a conversation about Kim Kardashian. Okay, wait. Don't turn off the TV sets. Don't go for the clicker. Don't hit that dial yet. Um, I don't think really a lot of people dislike Kim Kardashian. To be honest with you, I think that it's just because of the way she's been portrayed in in through the reality TV show and through just news outlets. I think that's one of the reasons why people use her as sometimes it depends, because there have been times when I've seen them really respect what she's doing, what she's working on, and then other times she's being trashed for some things. So it's kind of a weird, it's kind of a weird thing. Now I'm looking at it just because the way I look at things are always analytically as much as I possibly can, right? I try to not be emotional about everything because if you're emotional about it, then you're not really thinking rationally. You're just emotional and you're not really looking at what's in front of you. You're just looking at what's blinding you, right? Um, and so when I look at people like Kim Kardashian and who else, any of those Kardashian people, the whole reality TV kind of world that kind of was born, I guess, because of MTV and like what that show, that stupid show they had there on MTV when they used to play music, Real World, I think it was called, Real World or Life or something. Um, and what they had setups, they had a set, they put a bunch of people into a room and they just filmed them and they probably give them ideas, scenarios. From what I've heard, a lot of those shows are set up and scenarios have been put together for everyone to kind of go over and discuss. And that's been my experience with that. Now, when you move on to Kim Kardashian, what she did to me personally, I think is one of the most impressive things you can do in modern times with using all the tools of technology and the social media and the reality TV shows and the drama and the beauty and the art and all that stuff. Now, remember, Kim Kardashian was the makeup person for, and I think stylist, maybe, maybe not stylist, but for Paris Hilton, right? And she she was got the attention, especially back at a because of a sex videotape in 2002 that apparently came out in 2007, right? And yeah, she, this kind of shot her to fame. I guess the kind of fame you don't want, but it's pretty amazing that she's sort of been able to rise above that whole thing and move to and create a. She's worth the last year she's worth $900 million. Means that she's will be a billionaire, right? She will be a billionaire. She started a cosmetic line, which makes sense because she was a stylist and a makeup person, and that's kind of like what she did. So she does have talent. People who always say, "Well, she doesn't have any talent." She may not have an acting talent or or performance talent of some type, but she definitely has talent. Um, and if anyone questions the fact that she's the queen of social media, the reality TV, you're nuts. She definitely is. She's the best that has done it so far. I can't even think. I'm trying to think of somebody because I remember Paris Hilton herself kind of had that little opportunity, but she was more documented because of her wild behavior and her parties and that stuff. And I think she even had a sex tape, if I'm not mistaken. But you look at all these opportunities that she had, you know now she didn't take them to the level where Kim took them. Kim, apparent, Kim saw something. Now there's two things: either she's brilliant or she just surrounded herself with brilliant people, which sometimes it's equally brilliant, right? Because if you know you can't do something, or if you know you have an opportunity to really gain a huge following and a huge market share, then why not invest in those people around you and get the best around you to kind of cultivate that opportunity and to really make it grow. And this is what she did. And so she became she's going to be a billionaire. If she's not already, I think she is a billionaire. I think her sister is a billionaire. And I'm only talking about Kim because I think Kim, um I think there's something else to Kim. This is my own personal opinion, but I think behind the scenes, I think that we're gonna see better things from her in the future. I think she has more to offer than just her beauty and the drama on the show. Maybe not. I don't know. I say that about certain people that I see that. I say that about Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber kind of had this amazing, ridiculous stardom. And now he's leveled off. But I think that there's a lot more to that guy as well. I think he's going to do some great things. And I said the same things about how DiCaprio. Like DiCaprio was a great young actor, right? Kid actor when he was on Titanic, whatever age he was. I remember seeing him, and there was little people. Some people didn't really care for him too much. But I remember watching that film, and I thought to myself, if he can do this performance very convincingly, and doing a great job at as a kid, and he has other acting roles as a child. He's going to be great. He's going to be great. And I remember saying that in the movies. I remember saying that back in whenever it was, 19, whatever it was, going to this movie a few times because I had a friend that was obsessed with the film. And so she made me go, I think like three times or something. And then I went once with somebody else. Um, and I knew that he was, and I kept saying this guy's gonna be a huge, huge film actor. And right now, he is definitely already an Academy Award winner, a really great actor and committed. Um, so I feel that about Kim in some way. I don't know exactly what, but I feel like something like she can do something, and I think she wants to do something more. It's really difficult when you're kind of in this position that she's in, where she's sort of this personality that people don't consider as a an opinion leader per se, but has a tremendous amount of followers, where she should be an opinion leader, and she's probably being pulled in different directions of where they want her to take that energy and put it towards you know, political things, which kind of got a little ugly because of her husband or her ex-husband, whatever he is now. Um, and I think that kind of like made it really difficult. So she's gonna find some position. I hope she finds a position of integrity and that she really pushes her agenda or pushes a positive agenda to make the world a better place. I think she's going to do that. That's just my own personal opinion on that. Um, and then you look at people like I'll just throw a name out, which like Madonna, for instance, right? Madonna, uh, I loved Madonna when she first came out, right? I mean, who didn't love Madonna, right? And she went through this weird period. Then she came back again strong, and she always reinvents herself. She always had like a really cool uh, vibe about her and confident um, and then somewhere along the line something happened. I thought she was going to do more uh, not activism, because I don't really want somebody to be an activist. That doesn't really. I want her to continue to make her music, but I thought she was going to do something different with uh with her maybe produce a really great musical, or not that she would be in it, but produce a really great something, and she really hasn't done that, which was surprising to me, considering the how powerful she is. And maybe she will, she's not gone yet. She's still still pretty active. So maybe she will do something. And I'm no one to to think that she should or shouldn't do. She's her own person, right? She makes those decisions. So just to get back to Kim again, having a public life, has to be probably the most. I mean, imagine, and it's not just a celebrity thing, because when you're a performer, an actor, or a singer, you're really known for that thing. So if people see you in the street, they might recognize you as a character. If you have a TV recurring role that you've kind of really created this character, people might see you as that character and yell things out from the show or whatever. If you have a film that did really well and has a lot of impact into society, you may have people yelling lines at you and things like that. And if you're a musician, obviously they'll be singing your songs. So there's that kind of reality. But when you have this position like Kim Kardashian, you really that's got to be probably the toughest situation to be in as far as celebrity is concerned, because they know you because of you. They know you because of the things you've done, the things you've said, and the things that you're doing, the things they think that you're going to do, the things they want you to do. They want you to be more outrageous. They want you to get into fights with your sisters and everyone, and yell and cry. They like that. They want that. And so when you're going out, you're already in this. And again, this is my own take on it. This is, I don't know Kim yet. Maybe I'll meet her someday, but um, it's got to be really intimidating to be out there and to be viewed constantly as this thing that's being covered of you, this portion of your life, which is very personal. And this is the celebrity that you're known for. This is the work that you're known for. And so that becomes a little bit of your actual work becomes lost. Your actual who you actually are becomes a little bit lost in that whole idea or that whole creation, because who knows if that's even fake herself. The whole show thing was fake. um but I'm sure there's portions of it that's true, and there's so you're being known for who you are, for your personality, for what they think your personality is, and because it's been documented so well for so many years, right? So that has to be a really rough time, not just for Kim, but for any reality TV host or show. Um, the second thing, the third thing on my list actually here, which I had heard about the money, how much money she's worth, the public life that, it's not like any other public life. The third thing is consistency and work. I mean, she worked. If you think doing a reality TV show and sitting there waiting for things to happen is easy, it is not. Maybe she enjoyed that part of it. I'm sure that there were times where she did not want cameras on her, and but you have to, because this is part of what you're being paid for, right? And she was very consistent. She did all the episodes. She was, I mean, and on top of that, she worked on her outside brand. She invested in companies, and she invested in herself, and she invested in other people to help her invest in her so she can actually expand her brand and her platforms. And that's what happened. So she was very consistent and worked hard. No matter what was thrown at her, she kept going forward, right? She kept moving, she kept doing things, she kept staying relevant in the public eye. People like this usually go away, right? But she did not. She stayed, she persevered, and I find that really fascinating. Now she found a good outlet, right? Because she can talk about makeup and outfits and what she's wearing and the parties she's going to and people she's hanging out with, and all that stuff becomes part of this show, this reality show thing, right? And she loves that stuff. So obviously you have to love what you want. You have to work toward on your passion while you're being wherever whatever you're actually doing, but it has to be something that you're passionate about, right? That's my next one, which is find your passion, right? So, in order to really have an impact, you have to find what it is that makes you that really you wake up in the morning and that's what you think about. Yeah, for me, it's music and film. Those two things. Music, really number one for me. Music. It's a thing I did when I was very very young. I had my first guitar at the age of 9. I was playing as a teenager, and I had bands and did a lot of music stuff and created a really great band, and recorded records and played. And that was really my passion. When a good friend died in our band, and it kind of ended that whole run, um, I went, and because I always loved film, and I never really told anyone that I had this dream of being on a film actor, because I just this is going to be the fifth one that I'm going to talk about. But I always felt that I wouldn't be supported, or at least I would be looked at like, oh. I think I had one person, a good friend of mine till this day. I won't mention her name, but I had one person that I said to, yeah, I got this acting thing, and I'm doing this little film, whatever. And she was so excited. She was like, "Oh my god, that makes total sense. You should totally be doing that." And I remember when she said that, it kind of just it was such a validation. And I think she was probably one of the only people that I could really trust with saying that, because I always felt that everyone else was gonna. So now you're not gonna play music anymore. You're gonna act now, and what kind of acting are you gonna And this is a so I really kept that secret until I started booking work and started actually filming things and being on camera. And once it happened, then I had like, here, this is me on a film set, here's me on a film set, here's me. Then I was able to say, well, now I'm doing this because I was already involved in it. Part of the reason is because um, when you find your passion, if you tell someone, you may get people disagreeing with it, or giving you some kind of a giving you crap for it, or saying, really, that's what you want to do. And that, even that right there, really, oh, you want to do that? I didn't know you were interested in that. That right there kind of will create a doubt in your own universe, and kind of like, well, maybe I don't want to do that. Why do I want to do that? I'm surprised that I even said that. Why would I, but it's the comments that really make you shift that initial passion that you were going towards. So one of the things you can do for that, I'm going to tell you two things that you can do for that. The first one, don't tell anybody, right? Don't tell anybody what you're actually working on unless you have 100% confidence in it. So I have confidence in what I'm doing right now. So I'll post things about what I'm working towards. I don't owe anything to anyone. I don't owe explanations to anybody. I'm pretty confident in my skin and where I stand. I hold my position well. And that comes from years of just a lot of studying and a lot of understanding of the world and myself and um, things like that. So that's why I'm able to just say things that I'm working towards. I mean, like I'm on here now in the mornings every morning, just talking, right? And that takes a little bit of gall and a little bit of you have to be bold and not really be afraid of what anyone's going to say, right? So but the first thing you can do is just don't tell anyone, right? The second thing you can do is if you do tell someone and they do give you that, be mindful of it. Make sure you hear what every single person says. I'm very, very good like that. I hear everything. I remember everything. I have one of those memories that can remember conversations almost word to word for word throughout my life. Actually, I can remember conversations I had as a boy with my grandpa word for word. I don't know why I have that ability, but I do. And I remember, well, no, no, you said this, and then I said that. I'm like one of the woman in a relationship, right? They always say like, "No, I remember the guy," and they put everything. They detail everything. I hear those jokes, and I hear the comedians talking about women remembering those things, and I'm thinking to myself, well, I remember everything. I have this thing. So it's definitely not a woman thing. It's a thing. Um, but I remember conversations with people when I started getting into the film industry and saying things and hearing that question. Oh, so what? Now you're not going to play music anymore, which is a stupid thing to even say to someone who's been playing music since they were 9 years old, right? But people don't think that way. Their minds are stuck in some weird thing because people put you somewhere, right? Whether you understand that or not, people put you where they feel comfortable that you should be in. So they say, "Oh, that guy. Oh, I'm a musician. Oh, musician. Ching ching. That's what you are. That's what you'll be." You know, I've actually written in emails, about I say, whatever I put first, that's what sticks in their heads. It's really an amazing thing. And I've been doing it for years on purpose, almost as a little sociological experiment. I write, people say, well, what do you do? I say, well, I'm a musician, filmmaker, social media. Sometimes I'll do social media training. I do these three things, real estate. So I put them in different order to see which one they come back. Oh, you do real estate. If I put real estate first, it's always the first thing they read. So there's a thing where the comfort of their lives, it makes it easier for them to put you in a compartment, right? Where they feel they can function better knowing that you fit into this thing. And it's not their fault. It's just the way the mind works, right? It puts things into categories and it files everything and puts it in places where they feel comfortable that they can manage it, right? I look at things now because of my, again, my years of training. Look at people when they say I'm an artist or I'm a singer. I look at them as an artist. If they're an actor, they're an artist. And I look at almost everybody as an artist. Um, I think there's art in everyone. So I don't like to label or at least put people into a category. I think people have their own positions. Where they put themselves and saying I'm this, but I feel like people can be more. So what you can do if somebody says, gives you some negativity or something that's really gonna that makes you feel bad, you tell them again what you're gonna do. And I was just my wife was just reading something to me that she on her course on this last night, which was perfect because as I was getting my notes for today, I realized, oh, this is exactly what happens. But so you tell somebody, yeah, I'm gonna write a book. Write a book. You're gonna write a book? I didn't know you were a writer. Did you go to school for writing? Do you have a degree in writing? How are you gonna write a book? instead of saying like, "Yeah, no, I want to write a book. Why I can't write a book," and start defending your thing, because then you're gonna shatter. Instead of going there, tell them what the book's about. So they say, "What? You're gonna write a book?" And I say, yeah. "Oh, I didn't know you were a writer." Yeah, the book's gonna be about these characters, and it's gonna be a novel, and they're gonna go to this place, and it's gonna be really great. They're gonna have this adventure on this island, and he goes, I don't know. So many people have written books. I've heard that story before. That story has been told a million times. I mean, I don't know if that's a good idea for you to be writing a book like this. I mean, you might be just wasting your time. And then, and then you say, and then in the island, they're going to meet somebody, and then they're going to travel to this place, and then the ending is going to be like this, and it's going to be a fantastic ending. By the time you get to this point, because you haven't budged on your goal, they will shatter. They will just shut down. It's their own, people who are negative towards people who are being creative, it's just their own insecurities of somehow. They don't want somebody to get better than them. They don't want somebody to do something that they may not want the person to get hurt because they've been hurt, or they're trying to protect the person in some way. I love that one, right? I'm just trying to protect you. I don't want you to get hurt. I don't think you can do this. All right. I don't know why I went into Elliot. What's his name? That actor. I forgot his name. Anyway, so if you keep going with your intentions and with your purpose, and you just continue to tell them, this is what I'm doing. And when they say negative things, don't defend yourself. Keep going with what you're doing. Just keep going. That person in front of you will shatter, and you'll be able to go on with your purpose and your passion. So make sure you keep that in mind when some moron, suppressive person, and maybe they're just unhappy people, and they might need some help. But when that happens and hits your space, knock them over. I've done it. It works. It 100% works all the time. I've done it as a film actor, as a short guy in movies. I've had people tell me, "Oh, wow, it must be hard for you to get roles, right? Because you're so short, And I'll be like, actually, I have this role coming, and I got a couple of roles coming. And actually, I could also write my own roles. I was thinking of writing. This was early on. And I've done that, and they're like, "Oh, okay," And usually I have a pretty big role in the film too. I was just telling my wife a story about that, where some guy made some comments and didn't realize that I had actually a pretty major role in the film, and he's in the corner, like in background, and not to knock the poor guy, but you could see his face was kind of like, uh, when he saw me walk on set. He saw me back, in the break room eating and stuff before the set, before the shot. So just keep going, stay consistent, put the work out there, follow people that are like Kim Kardashian and see what they did, because sometimes it may be something that you can draw from there. Don't hate everyone that's famous or a celebrity because you just think that you should be that, or I can't believe that I can do that, because you're not doing it, right? I mean, the fact of the matter is she's doing it. She's got $900 million. We don't, right? So she did something that we did not, right? She either got the break. People could say, "Oh, well, it was a sex tape." You know what? A lot of sex tapes are out there. Nobody has done what she's done, right? What was the Baywatch girl, right? She had some tapes out there, and I can't, whoever else had tapes out there. They don't amount to anything. Maybe you'll get like your 15 minute, make a little bit of money, but they don't amount to much, right? Um, what you do when you get a little bit of an energy going and attention, because commodity attention is the commodity of 2021. What you do with it is really going to be the factor, the main factor on your success. So, all right, I can go on these subjects, but I will end there because we're almost at the 30-minute mark. I appreciate everybody who's stuck around and with me this morning. I will see you all on Monday. Have a wonderful weekend. God bless you all. Remember, make today great and do things that you love, and take care of yourselves. Take care, and God bless. And as always, peace.